What is going on, everyone? This is eman7149 here doing a review of the now completed Dark Knight trilogy, Christopher Nolan's Batman. Batman Begins, The Dark Knight, and then finally The Dark Knight Rises. So, starting in 2005, we had what is now probably considered one of the best rebooted films and series of all time. We start with Batman Begins. Christopher Nolan brought us a darker, more realistic version of the Batman. 2005 is when it was released, and in it is Christian Bale, who plays Bruce Wayne / Batman, Michael Caine as Alfred, Morgan Freeman as Lucius Fox, Liam Neeson as Henry Ducard, Cillian Murphy as Dr. Crane, Scarecrow. Forgive me, I can't remember the actor who played Ra's al Ghul up in the mountains. But anyway, so starts out with the origin of Batman. We see that Bruce Wayne as a young kid loses his parents right in front of him. They get murdered. And then we see him as about a late, probably in his late teenage years, probably 18, 19. And he was going to go kill the guy who murdered his parents. There was a court hearing. But that guy was going to be ratting out a man named Falcone. Well, Falcone has him killed, and then it kind of opens up Bruce's eyes, and he goes to meet Falcone, and he just gets thrown out on the street. But basically, Bruce Wayne looks at the gun he had, and realizes this is wrong, killing someone like that. So he leaves Gotham and heads up to basically the mountains on the other side of the world, and he trains with the League of Shadows. Henry Ducard is his trainer, and Ra's al Ghul is the leader. Well, basically, they want him for his final test to kill someone. He doesn't go through with it, saying it's wrong, and that Gotham can still be saved. So he leaves back for Gotham. In the words of what Ducard told him, if you make yourself more than just a man, if you devote yourself to an ideal, then you can't be stopped. You can't be killed. You can be killed, but your legend, a legend, he says, your legend will still live on. Look at the Batman legend. It still lives on to this day. So Bruce decides, if I try to stop this, it's just me as a person, it'll never work. But if I become a symbol of incorruptibleness, then I can't be stopped. So the Batman is born. He starts out by taking Falcone and then going after Scarecrow, who injects him with a fear toxin, which makes him see bats and frightens him. But there's also a new threat coming in, which is Ra's al Ghul, which is the plot twist, is Liam Neeson, who is Henry Ducard, is the real Ra's al Ghul. He reveals that about three quarters of the way into the film. He's going to destroy Gotham. Well, Batman goes out to stop him. They end up fighting on a train, and Ra's al Ghul actually dies. Which is a little bit of the controversy of this film. People think that Batman tried to kill him, but no. Like he said, I can't kill you, but I don't have to save you. So he basically said, I'm not going to kill you, but I also don't have to save you. So Batman Begins. What do I give it? What do I rate it? I like the film. The actors all did a superb job. One of the gripes I'd have with this is probably Katie Holmes. I wish she would have given a stronger performance as Rachel Dawes. Really don't have a lot of problems with her. Just maybe a stronger performance would have been nice. But yeah, I really liked this film. I remember going to theaters and seeing it and loved it. I'm going to give Batman Begins an 8.5 out of... actually, no, you know what? No, Batman Begins I'm going to give a 9 out of 10. The only problem I have is Katie Holmes. I wish she could have given a stronger performance. But yeah, Batman Begins a 9 out of 10 for me. Now, considered one of the best sequels of all time, we have The Dark Knight, which is one of my favorite films of all time and the best out of the Dark Knight trilogy. This was a fantastic film, and I have no problems with it. Literally, I don't. If you haven't heard the story by now, I don't know where you've been. I don't know, have you not seen it yet? I mean, if you haven't seen this film, you need to go get it on Blu-ray right now. So yeah, just to basically kind of touch upon it, um, it's been a year since Batman Begins. Batman has made a name for himself, and then the Joker shows up, and it's just an unstoppable force. Doesn't care about anybody. There's also Aaron Eckhart, who plays Harvey Dent, who does get broken at the end and is turned into Two-Face. And yeah, what a fantastic film this is. Cool, you open it up, got your special features and then the main movie. Yeah, The Dark Knight, if you haven't heard it by now, a lot of people have gone deep into it. I'm not going to, but basically I'm going to tell you this is one of the best films. It's one of my favorites, and it's the best out of the Dark Knight trilogy. This gets a 10 out of 10 from me. Joker, incredible acting. Everyone gave stellar performances. Alright, so finally on to the third and final film, The Dark Knight Rises. And you might be thinking, where's the Blu-ray box? Well, when you buy the Broken Back Cal edition, you don't get a Blu-ray box. Instead, you get this. Right here. Okay. Hold on. A little awkward to open. Hold on. Alright, so, open it up. The Dark Knight Rises. So what do I think of this film? Well, going into this film, I went to the midnight release. I didn't have the highest expectations, but I had good ones. Simply, this is what I thought. Basically, it's going to be difficult to impossible to top The Dark Knight, but I don't think this is going to be terrible. I think this will be just up to par with The Dark Knight, but I don't think it's going to be better. Well, let's talk about this, because I just want to put it out there, I have a few problems with this film. It's a good film, don't get me wrong, but I have some problems with this. And this is the least, in my opinion, this is my least favorite out of the Dark Knight trilogy. But let's talk about this one, alright? 8 years after the events of the Dark Knight, Bruce Wayne is a shut-in, and we have Catwoman and Bane showing up on the scenes. Now, when Bane was introduced, when we were all told he was going to be the villain, I was like, okay, that's interesting. I was really thinking the Riddler was going to be the villain, but Bane, still good. I mean, he broke the Batman, and he does in this film, which is good cinematography, I'm going to say. When he broke his back, it's like, wow. But, yeah, so anyway, out of all those things, I have given review on my channel right here. I do have a review of it, but that had been a couple days since I've seen The Dark Knight Rises. This one, I'm going to kind of touch on the points where I'm not happy with this film. Number one problem with this film is Bane. He was well acted, well done, but what happens to him at the end? You're kind of left there. It's like it happens in 5 seconds, and you're going, wait, what? What just happened? I remember my friend and I, when that happened, we looked at each other going, where's Bane? What happened? He has a rope around Batman's neck and a shotgun to his face, and then 3 seconds later, Catwoman shows up, uses a cannon on the Batpod, shoots him, and he's dead. And that's it. Basically, you learn in the last 15 minutes of this film that Bane is not the main villain. It's actually a woman named Miranda Tate, who is Talia al Ghul. Which I was like, wait, what? So Bane wasn't the main villain? He was just a bodyguard, a protector? Pretty much, yeah. He did the damage, but she was behind it all. So it's like, wait a minute, couldn't you have done that half an hour ago? At least? You had to wait till the last 15 minutes of this film? And some people say, well, that's what they did with Two-Face in The Dark Knight. Yeah, but you were expecting it. I mean, it's Harvey Dent. You knew it was going to happen. It wasn't like a surprise. And he lasts at least 20 to 30 minutes, not 15. And plus, the Joker doesn't lose his title as the main villain. He's still the main villain, even with Two-Face. Bane is supposed to be the main villain, and he loses that. So yeah, anyways, he's gone. Okay, that's my number one problem. My second problem is Miranda Tate, Talia al Ghul. So, they just made her the main villain. She's only the main villain for 10 minutes of this film. That's it, the last 10 minutes. And all it is a car chase. She ends up taking the truck, go over a bridge, falls, and then she says, "My father's work is complete," and dead. What? So we've had two horrible, stupid deaths in this film. Bane died in just a millisecond, and Talia al Ghul was all like, "Ugh, my father's work." Ugh. It's like, what? You just made her the main villain and she goes out like that? And besides, we know nothing about her. Nothing. Why couldn't you just kept Bane as the main villain? Have her beat Talia al Ghul, but Bane's still alive. You know? It's like, I don't... It's stupid. You just made her the main villain for the last 10 minutes and she dies like that. There's not even a fight. It's a car chase. My third and final problem with this is I want to see some more of the characters, especially the character of John Blake. I liked him in this film, and the whole Robin thing at the end, yeah, it was clever, but I would like to learn a little more about his past, and besides, how does he learn that Bruce Wayne is Batman? They never tell you. Like, how does he know? It's just stuff like that. Don't get me wrong, I like The Dark Knight Rises a lot. It's a good film. Is it the best? In my opinion, no, it's not. This is not the best film in the Dark Knight trilogy. The best film will and will always be The Dark Knight. The Dark Knight Rises... I don't know. I gave this a 9, I gave this a 10. The Dark Knight Rises gets an 8. It's an 8. 8 out of 10 for me. So we have an 8, a 9, and a 10. My 3 problems, Bane takes away a whole point because he was the main villain and then loses that and then is dead. A half a point to Talia al Ghul. She's made the main villain for 10 whole minutes and then dies. And then another 0.5 is the character John Blake and a couple others who should have got some more screen time and more story and depth. And how does he learn Bruce Wayne is Batman? I have no idea. But anyway, how would I put these films? Dark Knight's number 1. Yeah, and Batman Begins is second, and then The Dark Knight Rises in third. Now, don't get me wrong. This is just my personal opinion. They are all good films. And, you know, it's like, if you like The Dark Knight the best, that's fantastic. If you like Batman Begins the best, that's great. And if you like The Dark Knight Rises out of the best out of all 3, that's good. It's a good film. I have no problems with that. If you tell me that you like The Dark Knight Rises the best, that's fine. They're all good films. I just had a few problems with this one. I think you made such a good movie, it's like trying to live up to it is very difficult. But I love the character Bane. Bruce Wayne / Batman is still good, as always. I just didn't like some of the things they did. But anyway, yeah, so whichever film you like more, it's good because they're all 3 good films. Really good. We finally have a good solid trilogy of films, which is awesome. So yeah, this has been the Dark Knight Trilogy review. Thank you for watching. This is eMadden7149, signing out.